Hello everyone, welcome to Think Growth. Enjoy the video. Well, today's topic, guys, we're going to be looking at how to master your trading entries. Well, as you start out on trading, I know for myself, it can be very challenging whereas you don't know where to enter a buy or when to enter a sell. But in most cases, this happens to people that are new to this industry. People are beginners, people who are just starting out on the trading journey. In this case, this is your video. This is a video that you'll need to hear because these are the elements. I want us to be touching on elements that will be helping your strategy to better your strategy of entering your trades. So we'll be looking at double top and a double bottom. We'll be looking at a hammer and we'll be looking at a shooting star. I would like to give more, guys, but for me to teach this is going to take a while. So I don't want to rush through everything. I want to teach it properly so you guys can maybe try and understand it. And I don't want to make the video too long whereby you end up getting drained by listening. Your mind starts getting tired. So I just want to make these videos very short. So guys, let's get straight into it. First element I want us to look at, guys, is, well, there's two of them. It's a double bottom and a double top. This is a double bottom, guys. This right here is a double bottom, which means that a double bottom, well, this, for instance, is these are reversal patterns, guys. These are reversal patterns that I wanted to look at because in most cases, when you trade these patterns, they're very good because you tend to get a large amount of the move. So I like to trade this. I like to trade this myself. A double bottom and a double top. Good confirmation. These are reversal patterns, like I just said, and this is where you focus on them. You focus on those areas, guys. You focus on them. For instance, a double bottom. We can focus on a double bottom for now. A double bottom. When we talk about a double bottom, we talk about a reversal pattern that comes from a downwards trend. A downwards trend. Sorry about that. A downwards trend. Which means we talk about something that looks like this, guys. It's like this right here. Yes. So what you would like to do here is to look for entry at this area right here. That's what a double bottom should look like in most cases. A double bottom in most cases should look like that. Maybe, for instance, you find out that the market had something, maybe the market was down to these areas, for example. There was a bad writing, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so you find that maybe the market had turned at this area right here, for example. At this area here will be something that we call a zone. So these things, a double bottom and a double top, you don't just trade them at any area. You don't just trade them at any area. You trade them at specific zones. Specific, you can call them zones. You can call them places of supply and demand. Basically, that's where you look for them. You don't look for them anyway because they won't play out. You look at them at the places of supply and demand. You look at them at zones. Some people call it a resistance and a support area. Well, in this instance, you will call it your support area. This is a place of support. So in this instant right here, you will have a double bottom and you'll look into entry. But when you get to this area here, let's just say the market was not right at this area. Let's just do this quickly. let's just say the market, okay, sorry, let's just say this is what happened, and then you got the double bottom. Well, as you get this double bottom right here, guys, okay, maybe I drew it, okay, just give me a second, guys, please. So there we go. When it gets right there, you're looking for entry, but now you're at a place of supply and demand. You look for that supply and demand, and you look for candle confirmation, which is the candle I'm still going to show. We'll get to that now. Now, when you get to this area, you look for candle confirmation for you to enter the trade. And when you get that confirmation, you'll take your trade right here and you'll set your stop loss right around those areas. I'm just trying to show you exactly how it works. So that's what you'll be doing. And then the trade will proceed to take place. That's how a double bottom works. And a double top works the complete opposite of, it's exactly the same thing, but just the opposite of it. So in most cases, in in a double top case, you will have a down, you will have an uptrend. You will have an uptrend, not a downtrend this time, going to the top. And then there's your double bottom right there. Double top. Sorry, there's your double top right there. And then when it gets to that area, you look for your supply and demand. Your supply and demand, usually, guys, you'll find it in the higher time frames. Like, depending on what time frame you're trading, if you're trading on the H1, you'll find it on the H4. If you're trading on the H4, you'll find it on the daily. If you're trading on the daily, you'll find it on the weekly, monthly, etc., etc. But you look for the place of supply and demand. That's where it qualifies. If you can't find the place of demand, this is the place of demand for it. If you can't find the place of demand for it, do not take the trade. Do not take the trade. It's not even considered as a double top. It's not considered as that. It's exactly as I said. It's the same thing as it's exact same thing as the double bottom, just the opposite of it. Yeah, it's the same thing. When it comes here, you just look for candle confirmation. You're just gonna look for candle confirmation, and you enter the trade. It shall proceed going. You set your stop losses, and you set your take profit. So we're gonna go now to the charts, and we're gonna look at them. I want us to see these patterns on real time frames and real charts, and let's see how they look like. And let's see how they play out. Okay. I want us to look at H4. Let's go on the H4. On the H4, I want us to look at, we're going to be first looking at, can I see anything? I think I just saw something actually. Oh yes, I just saw it. So right here, we've got a double bottom. We have a double bottom. There's it right here. Now, in this instant, guys, this is exactly how it works. I'll show you now how it works. At first, how it actually works, you won't know. I told you guys about the support area, supply and demand, and the zones. So let's just say now, here's a zone. Here's a zone. We come to this area, for example. This is a zone on a higher time frame. Remember now, you already saw it. It's on a higher time frame. Okay, so you got your zone there on a higher time frame. Now you want to trade the double bottom. So how it works is that, let's just pretend that you don't see that, for example. That hasn't played out yet, and you got this. So what you're going to do is you're going to set out you're going to set out your zone right here. When you set out your rectangle tool, when you set it right here, you want your candles to close in there and not break beneath. They mustn't break underneath there. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying. Those candles must not break underneath this line right here. You can have wigs. Wigs are these things here. But this whole candle, this body, the body must not close underneath this line right here. So the body must not be like this. You want the body to close inside this place here, or just on top, or just touch like it touched. It doesn't really matter. It can even just close just on top of it. Or the wig, it can even have a wig. Even if a wig breaks, it doesn't matter. Or it can even enter with a wig only, and the body closes up from the zone, our supply and demand zone right here. So when it closes above the zone, that's your entry. Now when you have closing candles that close, you start to look for confirmation candles. You look for candle confirmation, sorry. So now when the price does that, and you start seeing move. And then right here in this area, right here, this is it. You look for those things. Now, this is a double bottom. The double bottom, this is how it works. I'm not going to close it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is right here. We're going to come back to it because we're going to have to, I want us to touch on candlestick confirmation. We're going to look at this one and we're going to touch on candlestick confirmation. What chart is this? Okay. Candlestick confirmation on Euro odd. We're looking on Euro odd. Let's see on here what we can see. Okay, now stop on my analytic going on there. So we're going to look at this one for a double top. So we're looking for a double top on this one here, guys. And let's look for a double top. I think we have our double top. Okay, we also have another one, but let's focus rather on this one. I want us to focus on this double top right here. So there we go. The market went up, goes down, and then it comes back to that place of supply and demand. Right there. There's the market. It came here to this area. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see what's going on. So, excuse me, guys. Got throat. Okay, so we at this place right here. So what happens at this area here, guys, is that you had your first tick of the left of the top of the double top. Now you're getting the right part that completes it in this part. So when you get to this area, guys, you see that it came into the same supply and demand area right here. And if you can go back a little bit, this is what I was talking about earlier there. But you tend to find these also on higher time frames. This is a place of supply and demand. So this is what happens. You got that right there. We come to it right here. And what happens? Let's see what happens with the markets. Let's see what happens with the markets. The market drop. From this, if you have entered your trade right there or right here, which I'll come, we'll speak about candle confirmation. There's pretty a lot of them, but we're not going to touch on everything because time. So here what happens is that candle confirmation just came. We saw candle confirmation. We have a double top. Sorry, we have a double top, and then the candles just went down. We had a, well, this wasn't a change of trend, I would say per se. Remember I told you guys about a change of trend because the market gave us lower highs and lower lows. But this now is another double top that we're talking about. This is more of a double top of a continuation. This is a continuation pattern, double top. It's not a reversal. We'll touch on those in the next video, guys. It's just I can't explain everything. It's going to be too much for you to take in all at once. But we're going to touch on those. So the market went down, guys. So I want us now to touch, before we run out of time quickly, I want us to touch on, okay. I want us to touch on candlestick confirmation. Candlesticks. So the only candlesticks I want us to touch on now, guys, is a hammer, which is the wick, and the body. So this candlestick right here, in this case, it can be red, it can be green. But this candle tells you that sellers, at the beginning of this candle, sellers had the control. Sellers were stronger than the buyers at this area. These area sellers were stronger than the buyers, but then the buyers took control of the market and took it all the way up. So this is a very nice candle confirmation, candle indicator. This candle here tells you at the right places it's time for you to start buying. You want to look for this candle. It's called the hammer, and the one opposite to it is called. So when you see a hammer, guys, a hammer is a candle that you tend. When you see this candle, it's at the it's at a double bottom. We implement this at a double bottom, not a double top. So a double bottom is where you're going to look for buys, and a double top is where you're going to look for sells. So right here, right here, when you see this candle, you start looking for your buys, and when you see, and then we have a shooting star. This one's a shooting star, the opposite of a hammer. So when you see this one, you look for opportunities to sell, which means when you see this wig here, these were buyers took control of the market, but they never closed the candle. So sellers came in and they took control of everything. So this candle tells you that sellers are taking control and sellers have the power. Sellers are now entering the markets, and sellers are the ones now with the leverage, with the higher leverage. Sellers are the one with the higher leverage. So when you see this candle right here, it's time for you to sell, taking your shorts at this place here. So when we go to the charts, guys, I want us to go to the charts because we the video, I don't want, like I said, I don't want us to have a long video. I want us to go to the charts quickly, and I want us to look at these two things that I'm talking about. In this instant, guys, we have a hammer right here. So when you see this candle here, okay, let's remove that quickly. When you see this candle here, which is a hammer, sorry guys about my writing, which is a hammer, you look for your buys. This is a place where you look for buys. There are many other candle confirmations, but I want us to touch on these because these are super strong candle confirmation sticks. These are super strong ones that I trust in. So I want us to look at these ones, and then we'll touch base on other ones. Not on this video, but we'll touch on those. There's plenty more. There's plenty more you can look at candle confirmations, but a hammer, this is one of them. You look at a hammer. A hammer is a pretty strong candlestick confirmation. So we have a hammer right there. That's why we would take a sell. And on the coming videos, we'll look at how to place a stop loss, etc., etc. So you see that the hammer, guys, it came after we got the hammer, the market just straight shot to the top, guys. It shot up. It went up to its full capacity. I mean, this is a good buy. Where is it? Yeah, this This is a nice buy that you would have taken. H4, pretty good pips. How much pips is that? Let's see. How many pips? Okay, you would have entered on this trade, on that candle. There we go. That's a lot of pips. Okay, from this area, that's 107 pips. 173 pips. Yeah, 173 pips, which is a very good profit. Yeah, 173 pips would be looking at this. And then the second one we're going to look at is a double top. Let's look at our double top, guys. Our double top, we have a shooting star. This is a shooting star. So a shooting star, guys, I don't know, and a hammer. Okay, I made a mistake. Let me show you other hammer. This is considered as a hammer. That's a dragonfly digi, but we're not going to touch on dragonflies. But this is also considered a hammer. Hammer. As long as the candle, guys, is, I don't want to confuse it. As long as the candle is smaller than the wick, the shade of the body, that's a hammer. Qualifies as a hammer, whether it's green or red. It's a hammer. It's a hammer, guys. I want you to understand it's a hammer. And then I want us to go now to, let's go quickly to this one. A shooting star. Let me explain a shooting star quickly to you guys. A shooting star, as long as the wig is bigger, as long as the wig is bigger than the body, as long as the shade, this is the wig, this is the shade, this is the body, this is the candle, that's a wig. As long as the wig is bigger than the body, that's it. Excuse me. As long as the wig is bigger than the body, that's a shooting star. That's a shooting star. This is a shooting star. Let's look at other ones. This is a shooting star. That's a shooting star. That's a shooting star. So I'm pretty sure that you guys understand what's a shooting star. Yeah, a shooting star. Let's go now and look at for candle confirmation. We have a double top right here. This is our double top. And at our double top, we have what? We have what we call a shooting star. There is a shooting star right here. What did the market do? The market dropped. The market dropped. The market dropped. So you would have taken your trade at this candle right here. This is where you would have taken your trade. And let's see how many pips you would have made. Up to that area, maybe you wouldn't have taken it so far. Okay. So let's just stick to this. You would have made 100 pips. That's 105 pips. You would have made 105 pips on this trade. So guys, I think we've covered enough. We've covered elements of strategy. We've only covered 2 elements on this video, but we are sure to cover other elements of the strategy, how to better your strategy of entries. We're going to look into several things, guys. We're going to look, I want us to look at, there's so many, I can't even say it because I'll waste so much time, so much of your time already. And thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I appreciate the support. I want us to focus on growing our trading journey. Let's focus on mastering how to enter the trades, how to be professional traders. Let's not just watch social media and watch people do it. Let's implement it. Let's learn how to trade. Thank you guys for watching.